Welcome to another Disney Morning News Update brought to you by LPTV. My name is Doobie Mosley. The guy over there is Kyle Burbank. I don't have to tell you our names or titles anymore because they're right there thanks to the new StreamYard feature. I am the founder and tech guy for Laughing Place, and Kyle is the managing editor. And we would like to wish each and every one of you a very happy Friday, December 3rd of 2023. So Kyle, how you been?
Pretty good. At 7 a.m., woke up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs, have my bowl, my cereal.
It's a no hat day for you?
It's a no hat day, yeah. But those were lyrics to the song Friday, in case you didn't catch that.
I
should have gone with I'm in love, but you know.
I meant to actually use the Friday song, the good one, not the Cure one, for this morning and just completely forgot. So anyway, we're here to bring you up to date. Wow, new StreamYard feature, something to be excited about. We're here to catch you up on.
I can't wait to get those commercials from Dana in every time I watch a YouTube. She's so excited to tell me about the new features every time. You wouldn't know because you have YouTube Premium.
When you put up a banner, it removes the title. Fascinating. The past 24 hours or so in Disney news, plus any breaking news that happens on this show. And of course, we're a morning show. We like to have fun, so we're going to have some fun here today. So we start each show the same way every morning with... Yesterday, Kyle, the Disney stock when we did this show was right around 111. Mm-hmm. Doing well, so much better than it had been just a few weeks ago. Kyle, where do you think it is today?
I'm going to say it's up against from the 111.
It is probably up from the 111. It's still 111, but it's nearly 112. It's 112 when I was this morning. So
can you check the S&P 500 out of curiosity?
We'll check it
live. There was a very strong jobs report which counterintuitively means that it might be bad. It's a little down, but not much.
But Disney stock is going strong. We got an earnings call. This is so exciting. This is our last Friday before the earnings results and the earnings call and Bob Iger's triumphant return and everything going on with Nelson Peltz and seeing how the numbers are. You never know. Maybe we'll find out when they're going to actually have a meeting this year. It's pretty exciting week next week, so we can't wait for it.
We haven't found the character limit yet, but we can test it for you.
We did. It's 50 characters, but that's enough.
Represent your VPosity.
Oh, hi, my spirit animal. So nice to have you here. Thank you very much. And okay, so that's the stock. We have two segments we start every show with: the stock and.
Yeah, so this is the new map we've been using. You'll see under the general thunderstorms there. This will come into play later. This green area over Florida. I like this. So it's got the dotted green. That's how you know that it's thunderstorms, not just rain. So yeah, in Anaheim today, right now they are sub 60 degrees, but they will warm into the 70s this afternoon. Orlando, storms and showers this morning, but those should clear in the afternoon as temperatures plummet from the mid 70s now to the lower 60s and even upper 50s this evening. Castaway Cay, 80 degrees and partly cloudy. Tokyo, high of 48, partly cloudy during the day and clear at night. That'll be tomorrow. Shanghai, sunny start to the day tomorrow, reaching 50 by lunch, but clouds will move in after that as they prep for what could be a rainy Sunday. Hong Kong tomorrow, likely some showers in the very early morning, and they'll hold on to a very small rain chance into the afternoon. Nevertheless, temps will stay very steady at 65 degrees all day.
And so Doobie's choice today is?
Castaway Cay.
Always.
Orlando ruined it for you. Seriously, like after these storms clear out, just temperature falls off a cliff.
Next up today, we actually have some breaking news this morning. I know so many of you were disappointed that this beautiful, and I do mean beautiful dress, was sold out at Shop Disney.
There's a bit of a saga here. So this was originally labeled as a Sleeping Beauty castle dress. And as you'll notice, it's a Cinderella castle dress. So now it is correctly labeled and is back in stock. It did say sold out earlier. It's not like they just pulled the page. It said sold out. But the other wrinkle is if you look at Mike Celestino's photos from Disneyland Resort the other day, there is a Sleeping Beauty version that exists. So there are two versions of the dress. The other one hasn't appeared on Shop Disney yet, but this one is now back in stock, correctly labeled at the same link that the previous one was. Shop Disney Tech just winning again.
So let me get this straight. They had it on Shop Disney labeled as Sleeping Beauty Castle, even though it was Cinderella Castle. But they have one at the Disneyland Resort that actually is Sleeping Beauty Castle, which Mike Celestino took these pictures of.
Yes.
But this version is not available on Shop Disney.
As far as we've seen, sometimes things get hidden on Shop Disney. You know, when you think you go to a new page and sort by new, you should see the newest stuff first. It doesn't always happen that way.
That is fascinating. So we need to stay on top of this story. In the words of Tinky B, dun, 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 dun. I want that one. We need that drop. Let's see. So in happier news, no, that was happy. In other happy news, Disneyland Resort park hopping. Remember that got announced a few weeks ago that park hopping time is going to change at the Disneyland Resort? That's tomorrow. So you can start hopping around Easter style at 11 a.m. at the Disneyland Resort tomorrow, which they open at 8. That's almost like just go where you want when you want. That's pretty cool.
And then there's the other part, right, where you get complimentary photos on. I forget. There was one for Florida and one for Disneyland announced, and they were similar but different. So can you go ahead and tell me exactly what this one is?
At Disneyland, you get the attraction photo. So everyone who has a ticket, you don't have to have Genie or anything. You get a complimentary digital version of the. About. Dun, 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 dun. Dang it! This is not Dragnet.
You gotta do it. This is a dramatic. Whatever.
Okay, I'm sorry. Didn't have to call me out in public though, Rebecca. We got slack. Yes, so you get attraction photos digitally, not the printout, but digitally.
As a gift for the Disney 100, I think is how they labeled that. Yes, you're right. So then at Florida, it's if you buy Genie Plus, then you get on-ride photos complimentary.
I love that. The fact that I can now keep these photos of myself on attractions. You know, that is that's almost like lowering a price, which is something Disney never, ever, ever does.
How many people are going to go get their last photos on Splash for free?
That's true. That's true. That's a good point. All right, we are going to bring on, Tony in the green room says he will. We're going to bring on a special guest right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are very happy, all the way from San Ramon, the big cheese himself, Benji. How you doing, Ben?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So yesterday we talked about Nelson Peltz and his bid to get on the Disney board, and the fact that he said this man is the one that we want to replace on the board and to get out of there. And then we got a response from Disney. Benji, what did Disney say?
Seriously, you picked the guy that has like world trade experience and worked for the trade organization and was an executive at MasterCard? Okay, really? Like that? I believe they used the word inexplicably. Michael Roman. Yeah, and so I was telling Rebecca last night when we broke on to talk about this, like it almost feels like he overplayed his hand a bit in that, like, okay, like, you know, you're really, because you're going after this guy for no reason. No reason is listed as to why him, as opposed to, you know, Cotton McDonald or Amy Chang. I mean, he talks about how they don't own a lot of stock, but he owns more than others. And it just picks like, it's just like you're ganging up on this guy who has more experience than Nelson Peltz does, at least in terms of like managing an international business. So it just makes, I mean, they basically said what we said. We're just like, why are you picking this guy? And they asked that, you know, Disney shareholders don't cast their blue proxy cards, not to be confused with their white proxy cards, until further information is released. So they have all the information. So it sounds like Disney plans on sharing more information, which may be why the date of the meeting is to be determined, because they're still sort of getting their ducks in a row. Obviously, you know, this is SEC level stuff, so you don't just sort of offhandedly comment on it. You know, you need to get everything prepared. So I don't know if this means the meeting will be significantly later than it typically has been. But it sounds like Nelson Peltz's company is sending out proxy cards. So if you're a Disney shareholder, you may be getting one in the mail sooner rather than later.
Now, so February 8th, of course, is the big earnings drop. There will be a call after the earnings drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we expect a response from the opposition party, maybe Nelson Peltz, to give his response to the earnings?
Yeah, I mean, I think at some point, well, it depends, right? If they are surprisingly amazing, then maybe it might be longer. If it's disappointing, then probably will go or make the round and say, see. The one thing is Disney knows the earnings, no one else does, right? So when you think about how Disney's managing this, you would think that they know the reaction that Wall Street's going to have. Hopefully, unlike Bob Chapek, they will know how Wall Street's going to take the earnings, as well as outlining, their vision. We talked about how layoffs seem to be happening any moment now. This reorg that was announced basically as soon as Bob Iger took over has yet to be announced. So we're kind of waiting for those things to come into play. Now, all those things are things that Nelson Peltz has been advocating for, but they're also things that Bob Iger has been advocating for. So, it's one of those things where it seems like they all agree. So what's the issue here except personality conflict? And, you're starting to see more coverage around the Ike Palmolater thing where, the sort of fly in Bob Iger's ointment that he's been. And, we'll see how it all plays out. I'm starting to also see a little bit more pushback on the idea that this is sort of a foregone conclusion that Nelson Peltz will be joining the board. And obviously, the shareholders will ultimately decide, and there's, you're in the first inning here, but we'll see how it plays out.
All right. Thanks for joining us, bringing us the business side of the magic, and we'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure. All right, man. Note to guest, I will remove you. Let's see. So Kyle, as we talked about just a moment ago, prices never go down at Disney.
And yet. Yeah, so I think this actually went into effect a little bit ago, but Orange County Registers reported on it. The price, as you might remember, I forget exactly when it happened, but the prices of the Droid Depot experience and Savi's Workshop at Disneyland and Walt Disney World both went up. Went up by $30 for Savi's, was up to $250, and Droid Depot was up to $120, and now they've lowered it. So Savi's is down to $220, and Droid is $100. As far as I know, this hasn't come to Florida yet. The price hikes are still in effect there, from what I understand, unless that's changed recently. But yeah, very interesting to see that those went down.
Yeah. Forgot what I was going to say, so it wasn't very important. Okay. So prices have come in. Oh yeah, I know. So Bob Chapek, that happened in October while Chapek was still around. Do you think, is this Iger's big splash finally?
Finally, yes. This is the throwing down the gauntlet.
So Kyle yesterday, as we transition to our next story, made an awesome video. Let's show a little bit of that video to the folks out there. Pick a more boring part. So this is actually all 4 views of Wondrous Journeys at Disneyland. We've got the Castle View, Main Street, Small World, and Rivers of America. 4 separate videos synced up so you can watch it all at once, which is necessary because you have to see all 4 locations to get all the projections. So Kyle, maybe just a little bit about the making of this awesome video and maybe something you may have learned while making it.
Yeah, so Mike Celestino was the one who shot all of these, and then I synced them up, made sure that they were sync at the start. And then I realized, like, as you go on, there's parts where it falls a little bit out of sync. And so I tried to trim up some of those. Some of those you'll hear like a bit of an echo. It's a little weird, but that's just how it was. And I wonder if maybe there's some, the couple things are possible. It's possible they've made some super slight timing tweaks to the show overall. But then two of these, that's top right and bottom left are the projection only presentations, whereas the other two are with pyro. So those seem to be better in sync. I wonder if maybe there's just the slightest timing differences with the non-pyro version that might have caused that drag or lack.
So you can watch this right now on our YouTube channel. We'd rather you wait until we're done here, but it is on our YouTube channel right now. Went up yesterday. We also have individual views of all four of these posted. So if you want to just submerge yourself in Wondrous Journeys for the rest of the day, you can do that. And another thing that will help you do that is an article that our own Tony Betty is working on right now. He is our chief projection observer here at Laughing Place. Tony, what are you working on?
Darting eyes.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of projections lately, and spotting cows and dinosaurs and solar surfers and all
Cows
kinds
are
of
already
things.
spotted.
Yeah.
What are you working on for us, Tony?
I'm trying to find every reference, whether it be audio or visual, from the Walt Disney Animation Studios in Wondrous Journeys. I'm not even half done.
Have you at least identified all the movies? Like they say every feature animation is in here. Have you identified all of them yet?
Not
Somewhere
all
in
of
here?
them just yet. I'm still missing The Great Mouse Detective, and Ichabod and Mr. Toad offhand.
I lied to them earlier. I told them that you already found all of them. I thought your last one was Oliver and Company.
No, yeah, I thought that was too, and then I went back at my little list. And I was, wait a minute, no, I haven't seen Toad or Ichabod, and I haven't seen anything. I thought I saw something Great Mouse Detective, but it wasn't.
Well,
it
are
was
they
a humpback
referencing Great
whale.
Mouse Detective or the Basil of Baker Street?
Well, there's also a lot of The Girl with the See-Through Shoes and Seven Little Men Help a Girl. So watch Waking Sleeping Beauty on Disney Plus.
What are one or two of your favorite little finds that you found, more esoteric finds?
So in terms of the soundtrack, at the very beginning, it opens with a quote that reeled me in real fast, and it's a quote from Dinosaur. And I was like, okay, so that's how they got Dinosaur in there. In the finale, there's a very, not microscopic because it's on the side of a wall, but minuscule moment where you see baby Aladar on the wall. And I was like, oh, there's a visual dinosaur too. So that was exciting. It was pointed out to me that Home on the Range is in there. I mean, they promised all of them would be, but I hadn't found them. And then finally I found them on top of the Crystal Arcade on Main Street.
What specifically was it?
The three cows just kind of doing like a little sidestep in the finale. Like that's the finale is the place where they're going to throw in. If there was a shot of them dancing somewhere, boom, there it is. So
cool. Any like a surprise, like you're surprised this small of a movie got this big of a segment?
Not really. Again, they promised that all of them would be referenced. I will say Treasure Planet, I'm surprised was when they're like, you'll see Treasure Planet. Well, yeah, it's part of the catalog, right? But they got they have a quote section and an opening, and they introduced the whole Big Hero 6 segment.
So one person that's always tweeting us will be excited.
Yeah, you need to tag them. Maybe they'll spread it far and wide.
You'll have to give me their username. I don't know who that is, but yeah.
We know there's been rumors of bad work because they haven't even tried to hide it. But a Disney Wish reference, have you found that?
So that one's difficult. I think I have, but I need to go look at my character sheets and make sure I know what I'm talking about before I say that's Wish. Because there's a part where there's a bunch of stars that kind of blast out, and I'm pretty sure the stars, or one of them anyway, is the one that is heavily featured from Wish.
Wish is the next Disney animated feature
Yes.
coming out later this year, and they've hinted that it is to be found in this show.
Oh, they didn't hint it. They straight up made it part of the log line, including the upcoming Wish.
But then when we interviewed them at the event last week, they're trying to play coy with it, so it's really funny. But obviously we haven't seen it, so it's hard to say 100%. But Tony,
or maybe that's going to be added in after it's released. Maybe that's why the timing's off. They're getting ready for that cue.
that tenth of a second cue. Before we let you go, Tony, thank you very much. We're looking forward to that article. Do you think it'll be ready today?
Hope maybe today, depending on how bad the news is today. If not, it'll be up this weekend with my full official ranking from Tony, which makes it official, of World of Color shows and incarnations.
Oh wow, you're doing a bunch of fun stuff. Well, maybe we'll have you on Monday to go through that.
We should also, as you do that, we should turn that World of Color list into a ranked video.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to make all these decisions on the air for everyone.
This is what people tune in for.
Yeah,
That's true.
Patreon.
So, Tony, are you familiar, switching gears, to the suppositions and speculations of what's going on with Hyperion?
I know the two big ones, but I'm going to throw this one out there. Maybe that's why I haven't spotted Great Mouse Detective. They're looking for a British lead female.
So, Kyle, maybe you could summarize this story, and we can do some speculating of our own before we let Tony go.
So the site that Disney uses to cast for different parades and different shows posted a casting notice for something that's supposed to be at the Hyperion Theater. And then when we asked, they said that they're exploring a limited time offering to play at the Hyperion this summer. So that's all we know. But looking at the casting things, so it's kind of an adventure. The first person that they're casting, you're like, okay, well, clearly I know what this is. And then it takes some turns. And so there's a few different theories. And do you have the whole listing right there?
I think I do. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let me go through that real quick.
This is the link we have.
Yeah, can you scroll down?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first featured principal is for three female identifying roles of various ages. But you'll notice there the part that says occasionally act as a Greek chorus. So immediately everyone's like, okay, so you're doing Hercules. Those were the muses. But then you get to the second role where you must have a strong English accent. You're like, well, Megara doesn't have a strong English accent. That's kind of weird. And some of these other like archetypes could kind of fit Hercules, but then people are like, well, maybe it's Rogers the Musical. You have Peggy Carter doing an English voice. It doesn't have to be the muses. It's just people performing as a Greek choir. And then some of these roles like the wry sense of humor could be Tony Stark. What, Tony?
I'm confused. They're all principals. Don't you need a secretary and a treasurer and other things?
Thank you, Tony.
Continue, Kyle.
And so, yeah, basically, but the thing to remember here, one of the people that's credited on this also produced or wrote, is it Villains Tonight or something like that? So it could be a mashup of different things. It doesn't have to be
the cruise ship show
story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the other thing to keep in mind here. It could be Marvel. It could be something else. But, I think we're kind of where the past few shows have been, it's Frozen and it's a retelling of Frozen, or Aladdin, and it's a retelling of Aladdin. This sounds like something it's going to be different. So it's probably not going to be any one thing. It would be awesome if it is just Rogers the Musical. But I think...
I think you're wrong.
What if we're all off and it's something like Animazement, where it's just going to be 4 different stories smashed into a medley?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there could be a
Steps
story
in time too.
It could cross over. It's a multiverse of characters.
Something rare happened here. We contacted Disney, and they actually first confirmed that they're working on something, and then second confirmed that it's a limited time thing. And that to me is the key. The that is the dun 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 dun. Of this whole
thing. That says dun dun dun.
Shut up, Tony. That is the key to this whole thing. A big Animazement style show that goes on forever. That's indefinite. This is a come and go. This is we are doing this for a limited time. Come see it now. It's something cool, but not necessarily with the staying power. That to me is the key. The proof that this is Rogers the Musical coming to the Hyperion.
Wasn't that the mentality for Festival of the Lion King though at Animal Kingdom?
Well, it's the same thing how every HBO series is a limited series until it does well, and then it gets renewed.
Yeah.
But Disney doesn't do that. I mean, they have many times, but no. This is Rogers the Musical coming for a limited time to DCA this summer. Write it down, and when we will come back when this is announced and show that Doobie is right.
We're gonna get a real elephant.
What if that's the last jazz hands moment? Doobie is right. Curtain.
We're gonna bring a real elephant into the theater this time for the Nat Geo section.
Are you again talking? Oh, I thought you were talking about Doobie.
I thought he was too.
See, that was I was talking about the comment, which I am now going to take off the screen.
I love that. That's the best running joke. It would not surprise me. I mean, given that they've done that with World of Color now, that they Although there's no Nat Geo in World of Color, is there?
Nope.
Because there's no live action.
There was more
That's-
Nat Geo in the original because it had whales, but animated whales from Fantasia 2000, but still whales.
Do you have any more insight into what might be coming to the Hyperion, Tony?
I'm still hoping for that Aladdin revival.
Okay. It's not happening, Tony.
Oh.
You can see it on a cruise ship, though. It is on the Disney Wish, I believe. So. Oh, one more thing, Tony. So next Friday, is it the Disney Fairy Tale Wedding dress reveal?
The
live
10th.
stream?
Yeah, so next Friday.
Are you excited about that? Tony is the member of our team who is engaged to be married.
Yep.
Are you and Morgan going to sit down together with a cup of cocoa and watch this?
It is my understanding that she already has a dress, but she might watch it out of interest just to watch them, in which case I probably will be too.
Thank you. Do you have a wedding date?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to tell us, but just kidding.
Okay.
A lot of people get engaged. And
Don't worry.
a lot of people get engaged and don't.
If you don't know, then I have bad news for you, Doobie. Sorry.
I didn't get to save the date. It's okay. We're not that tight. I understand. Bye, Tony. Thanks for joining us. Finish your article.
Okay. I'll go back to it.
His eyes are going all over.
Were you invited?
I haven't received anything yet, to my knowledge. Maybe it's. I think he's sending them though. We'll see. We'll see. You know.
Watch my mailbox.
I don't assume anything.
Mike Mack knows what he's getting. I really feel.
I simultaneously invited everybody and nobody to my wedding. So.
Did you have a legit wedding?
We had we just had our family, and then we live streamed it because we got married in Vegas.
Wait, how long? They had live streams when you got married?
2013.
Was it like this big?
No, it was. People could go to the site. It was hosted for 2 months. They could watch the 8-minute ceremony and be on their merry way.
We had. Speaking of married, my wife and I, we had a legit marriage. We got married on the Queen Mary with like 150 people, the way it's meant to be. Okay. I don't know.
Well, my wedding cost $2,000, so
that's still a lot, though.
I mean, that includes rings and dinner.
Did she have to pay for her own dinner?
No, our parents split it.
A reference somebody will get. Kyle, are you a big fan of this? Are you a board game card?
No, not at all.
Magic the Gathering kind of player thing?
No.
Neither am I. So I'm just going to talk about this because I think it's interesting. Players of Disney Sorcerer's Arena Epic Alliances are headed to Kissimmee to compete in the World Championship Tournament and win major prize pool. I did not know Disney games were in that arena where they have big.
Maybe they're not. This is just in Kissimmee.
But it says it has a major prize pool.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's not like these are being hosted all over the country. It's just this one's in Kissimmee.
Okay, fair enough.
So I wonder if maybe,
So, but this just I bring this up because I want to ask you, video, board, whatever. What is your favorite Disney game?
That's a good question. I feel like I've played Disney video games. I've played a little bit of Epic Mickey. It's been a long time. I'm trying to think of what other. I mean, I guess like Lego Star Wars and Lego Marvel, like those sort of things would count, right?
Of course. Do you not play Disney board games at all?
Disney board games? I mean, we don't have a ton of them.
That's what we do. We do a lot of Disney board games. Well, Disney Trivial Pursuit, of course.
Of course, but, yeah. Like I've played those with friends and stuff, but I don't necessarily own any of them.
But we get the hand-me-downs from the stuff that Benji and Alex play them. Then we.
Oh, well, that's a lot. You must have tons of games.
Yeah, quickly. Some of them are really fun. I'm not good with names. Maybe my wife can help us, but there have been a few where we're like, that's a good game. I just have learned that Michael Mack, VP of many things at Disney at Laughing Place, is going to be bringing us a live on-site weather report from Disney's Hollywood Studios. So we are waiting for him to join us.
Oh, he's just at Catastrophe Canyon. He didn't realize. I believe that vibes with what my weather report said. So.
Let me see. I'm just checking on that. I sent him a stream. I'm hoping he will be joining us
from his car.
So maybe he won't be joining us. We will see if he's able to.
He
always says, just kidding, and then I send him a link and he's here.
LPTV. Anything can happen.
And usually does. feel like
It's a little different than our website. Have I told you our website motto?
that.
We won't say no.
It's true. Can you cover the new theme park we're opening
Like
up?
the story you said about writing about a game tournament in Kissimmee. Like, okay, yeah.
You know what we never say yes to though is when people send us infographics of like, the most
Because they
character
always
in each
mess them up.
state, and they have like Fievel as the biggest, most important Disney character in Florida.
I also have, those things like most popular by state. It's based on Google searches. I'm like, well, it's not that popular. People have to search for it. These two things aren't equivalent.
Dang, Kyle throwing shade. Yesterday around this time, we
Walt said you had to go into the rain, Mac. You just have to shoot from the car.
Yeah, it's even better from the car because then the rain is all around you. Come on, Mac. You got a link. Use it. Yesterday, we talked to Jeremiah. He was willing to go outside at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Mac. And he was there for the character explosion that seems to be occurring there lately. And so we had a live stream, but he also took some pictures there.
What an explosion.
I don't know.
Okay out there. Do you know what that was a reference to?
Do it one more time. I feel like I do.
What an explosion. Is everyone okay out there?
It's something Muppet. Oh, Muppet Vision.
Yeah. Sweetums. That was my Sweetums impression.
Speaking of VHS, something Muppet. Yeah, I got it. If my son is watching, I know he got it, but he may not be watching this morning. I like Donald and Daisy up in this location, but it reminds me too much of the early days of the Thing where they had to be far away from everyone. So now it's kind of.
I think you need to get over that because I enjoy these like setting visit. They don't need to meet everyone. It's fun just to look up and see characters.
All right, you're right. I'll get over it.
They should hold on to that.
I'll get over it. Got to see Mr. and Mrs.
Now you get a mix, a hybrid.
And Edna Mode, which is really cool. Interesting that
Not
they're
the
still
face character.
not the face character that they are on the Disney Fantasy for Pixar Day at Sea. I don't know. I like them both. I could go either way with those. But this is, of course, the highlight. Who is this?
Powerline Max. Max dressed as Powerline.
So cool. And Goofy chilling. Papa Goofy so proud of his son.
His Hawaiian shirt.
And then Chip and Dale are there also through February 14th. And then they're going to be in the Rescue Rangers costumes. So this is a new addition here. It says they are set to continue indefinitely. So if you are a fan of characters, Hollywood Studios is the place you want to be. I have great news, everyone.
I just realized I don't know any New Edition songs. So I was about to sing one.
You don't know a single New Edition song?
I would confuse it with Del Biv. I was going to sing Poison, but that's not that.
I've got a crush on you. Yeah, that's New Edition. Right, Nikki? Joining us live, ladies and gentlemen, we are very happy. Someone who is such an intrepid reporter, he is willing to be in his car in the rain. Mike Mack. How you doing, Mac?
I'm wet.
You're not wet. You're inside.
You're in the car.
Yeah, but I had to run to get here.
Cool. What were you?
Sorry, I literally cannot hear you over the sound of the rain.
Were you in the park previously?
I was in the park, yeah.
What were you doing?
Unrelated work things.
Okay.
Mac, VP of Coitus, apparently. Did you try anything today?
Oh, yes.
My goodness.
I was legitimately confused.
You are most definitely going 2 minutes in the penalty box. Get out of here. Oh, and we lost Mac too, so I have to bring you back.
I'm sorry. You've been known to say stupid things. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Thank you for joining us, Mac. Apparently the rain has swallowed him whole, so we have lost him. And Kyle is fired.
I was clarifying for people who might have thought you said something else.
No one thought I said something. No one. Tony, you're down there. Did you think I said something else?
Hi, I've been called in as a replacement. Hello, everybody.
I'm so ashamed. We're going to move on to our next story. Tony, are you a fan of D23 magazine?
It's good literature.
They have their newest issue coming soon. It, of course, features Tron Light Cycle / Run, which makes sense. How much are you looking forward to this ride?
I'm very much looking forward to this. Ever since I saw it in Shanghai and I was enraged with jealousy.
Wow. Tony is like an 11 on everything. Every time I saw it in Shanghai, and I'm like, I really want to ride that. No, I was enraged with jealousy. That's why your face is shaped like anger. Let's see, and also
I saw it always more of a fear, but okay.
They are also
unless I'm in traffic.
Then your anger.
Yes.
Have you ever in your life been joy?
Probably not. Maybe as an infant.
What would you say is the happiest day of your life? What happened on the happiest day of your life?
Probably nothing at all.
Do you expect to enjoy your wedding?
Yes.
I'm not invited to. You do? Yeah. Okay. Well, since I'm not invited, I wish nothing but the best for you. Back to work. We'll bring back Kyle. And so D23 magazine, we decided to.
I saw a description to it. I can't tell you the last time I actually looked at an issue.
I get them. They come in the nice cardboard every quarter.
They're beautiful. I just don't need them, and I wish they'd bring back the silver because I'm a day one charter member. So I've been holding on to this stupid thing for all these years. This might be finally the year that I leave though, because like the past couple of years would have kept me as they have really nice like pin sets for the for their
they do.
This year's I forget what it is, but I was not impressed. Oh, isn't it just the statue of Mickey? And they call it like a gift set. I'm like, that's not a set. That's a single statue.
It's got both arms.
There you go.
Something.
Well, it's not very diverse. So, but I don't understand why I'm still a member. I think they should. I know why they got rid of the silver, but I think they should bring back the silver option. I'll keep paying you some money. I'll pay you more to not send me the magazine. How's that?
Seriously, because we never opened. They are beautiful. I agree, they're beautiful, but the content in them for people like us who live in Disney is just, and it's all marketing. It's nothing serious. And anyway, not to poo-poo on the Disney 23 magazine. If you have it and you enjoy it, we are very happy for you. Next up today. So these dolls, we talked about the diverse dolls inspired by Disney princesses from Creative Soul when they were announced a couple weeks ago. And now here they are. They're now available. You can purchase them. Just show them off again. Of course, if you purchase them through our site, we get a little bit of a referral fee. We've been told not to call it a kickback.
I don't like referral fee either, because then it sounds like people have to pay. Commission.
Commission. Affiliate fee? No, fee. The word fee. The word fee is the problem. Word fee. Yeah, you're right. So it's a commission. You pay nothing. We get a little bit of money to help fund everything we do here. And it's a nice symbiotic. The only people losing money are Disney, and they can afford it. That was a good deal.
No, these dolls are cool. I think that one's my favorite, which is probably your favorite as well.
Snow White?
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. These are beautiful. I mean, truly beautiful.
And they're not that expensive. Like sometimes these designer dolls can get really pricey. Like $60, to be sure, is a lot for a doll, but compared to some of the other ones that they've done, this isn't that outrageous.
I know there are some dolls you play with and some you put on a shelf. Which category are these in?
Well, if you're an adult, shelf, but I could definitely see kids, wanting these and wanting to play with these. If they're more significant to them. So, real question, Kyle. Shut up. Sorry. You can't hear it, but I can. It's right. I can hear it.
You could hear that?
A little bit.
Oh, wow. I'm not sharing the tab. It must be from my headphones. Anyway, real question for you, Kyle. And try to keep it clean this time. You're the one who made Tony agreed with me, by the way. He DM'd me on. Are there any? Do you ever play with toys anymore? Is there anything where you just like find yourself on the ground playing with a toy?
When we build Legos, I don't know if that's if that counts, we'll do that. As far as other toys to play with, I mean, I have a little fidget spinner that when I just sit there and sometimes play with that just out of habit. More fidgeting playing than actual playing. But yeah.
I think Lego kind of counts though.
Yeah, I would think so. And Becca does puzzles all the time, which are adjacent to Legos.
Yeah, adjacent, but that's not a toy. Like a grown-up thing. I don't think I play with any. I can't think. Oh no, Pop-A-Shot. I love the Pop-A-Shot.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I love the Pop-A-Shot. Pop-A-Shot kept me sane during pandemic. Rebecca bought one very early and put one in our garage, moved out the car, and I would go out there every day and just pop shots. And for some reason, that was so therapeutic. It kept me sane. So thank you, honey.
Knock hockey. Have you ever played knock hockey?
No, what's that?
It's kind of like air hockey, but without air. It's just like a little wooden puck, and there's like things in the corners to get some different angles and stuff like that. But yeah, just knock it back and forth, and it goes through the slots.
TIL, knock hockey, the thing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
All right, we are going to move on.
The same bleeding knuckles that if you play too hard.
I am such an air hockey fan, and I'm really good at it. I challenge anyone. Even Mike Mack. I have a feeling Mike Mack is really good at air hockey, but I challenge him.
Do you do the bit where you put your fingers like around the side instead of like actually holding the?
That's how you hold the puck. That's how you hold the paddle in air hockey. Yeah. If your hand gets all dirty, that's the way you're supposed to play. Tell you I'm good. Mike Mack is a fan of knock hockey. Are you a fan of air hockey? Speaking of Mike Mack, let's check out his pockets. First pocket pick today. These are things I find while I scour the internet. Although we have something special today, put them in an app called Pocket and bring them out to show you that are kind of fun little ditties. This, our very first reader, watcher, viewer submitted pocket pick.
Wow.
Yeah. It comes from Mike Mack, so viewer submitted, but still, it counts. It counts. If you've got one, anyone out there has one you think I would like to send it to me.
Well, we also had the Mac one yesterday, but you know. Oh, I'm so ready.
Okay. I'm not going to justify that, Mac. Here we go. Oh, here's the banner. Here's the banner. This one came from Mac. It's hilarious. It's from Kurt Tochi on TikTok.
Disney characters using the treadmill.
One jump ahead of the law, man. That's no joke. All this together, once we know that we are
Arabian Nights, Arabian
I am on my way. I can go the distance.
I know you. I walk with you once.
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. I want a guy that can
I wanna know, can you show me? I wanna know what the
Disney characters using
I
the
wondered
treadmill.
how he was going to end it. I think he did well.
One of the most clever things I've seen in a while. Thank you, Mac, for
I
sharing.
thought it was going to be like an OK Go video, but that was good too.
It's an okay go video.
You ever seen that video for Here It Goes Again, where they're on the treadmills and they're doing all this choreography and stuff?
Nope.
Yeah,
Once
okay.
again, Kyle proving he's hipper than me.
Well, you'll get slacked it later and you won't watch it. It'll be fun.
I might watch it. Next up is a TikTok from Jocelyn Lozano, 65. Not sure what hotel this is.
I'll try to identify it. I'll probably fail.
I want to say, oh no, what was it? Coronado, maybe? Toledo? Not Toledo.
Mike Mack
Grandestino.
might know. He's been to a lot of them.
My guess would be Grandestino based on the coloring, but someone let me know. Anyway, this is kind of cute.
I was gonna say, how'd you know it was a Disney hotel? I'm like, oh, okay, well that's now.
That was kind of the point, yes. Yes, that character must be fun to work with characters like that. I was right. It is Grandestino. Thank you very much, Mac, for putting it out there. Let's see. Next up, we have from One Happy Day. This guest wanted to ride the boat from Port Orleans French Quarter to Riverside. Did not quite make it, so they decided to race.
Go, 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 go,
I don't know if he's actually like angry and trying to get revenge or just having fun. It's hard to know. It's on that line.
The people on the boat are certainly having fun.
Yes.
And finally, this no humor here. This is just one of those feel-good videos. This comes from the official Twitter of the Disney parks. Let's all feel good about one of the greats in Disney history, Bernie Mattinson.
First, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh story. He's my my buddy. When he sits there and says, "Oh, bother," I can agree with that, you know. I'm Bernie Mattinson, and I've been at Walt Disney Studio for almost 70 years. When I was a kid, my mom took me to the theater, and I sat there mesmerized, and I thought, holy cow, oh, I want to work at that place one day. Luckily, I got in out of high school, and my dreams came true. Of course, I didn't know that much about directing, but I learned. There are so many wonderful stories to be told. All they got to do is start talking and start telling these stories, and life begins there. I worked on the...
Can you imagine all these years later and coming and being able to see Winnie the Pooh in a show like this? I would feel nice.
It's very cool. And I love, I haven't seen the whole show. I would say I kept them in sync, but I was scrolling through, and the Winnie the Pooh part was my favorite from what I saw. So
you made this video? You
without actually watching the whole thing? Yeah, I want to see it in person.
Tony, is that you wanting to join us?
Yeah, he's waiting.
Here you
Chief
are.
Projection Observer.
What do you have to say?
I love that video because am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. I love that. Yeah, I love that video because Don Hall is behind. And if you know about Strange World, Don Hall, at the request of Bernie Mattinson, added a dog, and Don Hall named the dog Legend because that's his nickname for Bernie Mattinson ever since he gets named a Disney legend. So nice. I think it's funny that he's the one that took him there. Plus, I was watching that video again looking for anything new, but I noticed everything already.
Okay, good. Yeah,
that was great.
Anyway,
great
TikTok
where they had
bad, so I'm leaving. Bye.
In the previous TikTok where they had Don Hall and some of the other creators, we saw a shot of Bernie, but he has his own TikTok.
Bernie has his own TikTok?
No, it's not it, man. His own TikTok segment. This is a TikTok.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you, Tony. That actually was really interesting. I'm glad Tony came on with that, even with his technical issues. All right. It is time for the educational portion of our show. It is not enough for us to entertain you because goodness knows we don't do that well enough, but we are going to at least educate you a little bit. On this day in seriously, I actually remember to do this, but I didn't put the years. On this day.
Amazing.
Your host is an idiot. So let me get here. On this day in 1945, a classic was released in the United States. This helping you at all, Kyle?
I've got narrowed down.
Okay. You must have it by now.
Well, I mean, I have it narrowed down to 2, but yeah, is it Three Caballeros?
It is the Three Caballeros.
I know that because that character The girl, she
Uh-huh.
was at. I've seen her in Disney parks before as a face character. Believe it or not.
Seriously,
Yeah, Disneyland Paris's Fan Days.
that is truly fascinating. Do we put that up on our site?
Yeah, it's in our article about Disney Fan Days. If you look that up, I can find it for you if you want.
Yeah, if you have a moment.
It's an
Find
old
it.
one, so we'll have to. The images are in a format we don't use anymore, but they'll still work.
All right. Well, while you get that, I will go on this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That video came to us. That was Rotten Tomatoes trailers. They actually have Rotten Tomatoes has a classic trailer channel. So great resource. This next one comes to us from the American Film Institute, and that is because on this day in 1956, just a few months after Disneyland opened, Nathan Lane was born. The voice of Timon. Here he is. Okay. He is talking about getting the role of Timon on The Lion King. Really should be.
Team, and about 3 or 4 months later, they said, "We don't want you for the hyenas, but we're developing these two characters. One is a meerkat, one is a warthog." And eventually, by the time we got involved and started recording, it had two new directors, co-directors, and it was called The Lion King. And these characters were basically comic relief. If it is a Shakespearean plot, these are the clowns. Initially, when
it's about a 3-minute interview. You can see all of that on the American Film Institute official website. Kind of interesting. A great way to celebrate the birthday of Nathan Lane. Al has sent me the link. Let us find this character.
Yeah, scroll down and you'll see Yaya.
Yaya's her name.
Yaya.
It's not from Bolt, not from Monsters Inc., not from Song of the South. Clarice, nope. Yaya. How about I just type Yaya?
There you go. Smart move.
Wouldn't try to spell it. Wow. This may be the most esoteric walk around I've ever seen. That's cool. I mean, she is a face character. Oh, thanks for sharing that. On this day in 1982, we are jumping ahead many, many years. One of the greats on Broadway for Disney fans. She originated the role of Mary Poppins. Ashley Brown was born. She's
She's
done
so
many other
famous that
things.
I knew her name. I didn't know it when you said it, but I guessed. I'm like, Ashley Brown, because I know that name.
Well done. Well done. Happy, born the same year as Epcot. So happy birthday, Ashley Brown, 1982. And finally, on this day in 1993, admit it, people, this was one of your favorites when you were a kid. Maybe not you, Kyle, you're a little young, but for people a little bit older, celebrating 30 years this year.
From Walt Disney Home Video.
I'm gonna miss you so much.
What are you talking about? This wasn't one of my favorites. I was 7 years old. This is perfect for me.
From their home.
So is it one of your favorites?
We quote this all the darn time. I just sit there and go,
Cats rule and dogs
he's too old.
rule.
He's Chad.
I have never seen Homeward Bound.
Chance! Yeah. You know how many times I've seen the end of this movie?
I
Not
love
the whole
that.
movie, just the end when they come home.
1993, 30 years. They actually just did a 30-year panel at the El Capitan, which we have the entire panel on our website. We have it playing on LPTV today. You can go check it out on our YouTube. If you're a Homeward Bound fan, what better way to celebrate the 30th? What better way to feel old today than to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Homeward Bound, watching the El Capitan panel? Maybe I'll watch it for the first time.
You've never seen it?
I don't do talking dog movies.
Well, they're not talking dogs, though. Like, it's not like their mouth is CGI. It's just voiceover.
Okay,
It's
that
cute.
means they're...
Look at that adorable dog. Now put Michael J. Fox's voice to it. That's adorable.
No, I do like Baby. Whoa, 2 thumbs up.
Well, I'm sorry I spoiled the end for you there with my impressions. You're not going to get that joke now.
No, I won't. Maybe I'll watch the end. Just
There you go. That does sound like a doobie thing to do. And then you can watch Lost in San Francisco.
Are you calling me lazy?
No, you like spoilers, don't you?
After I see the movie.
Okay. I'm confusing you with another friend of mine who like actively enjoys spoilers.
No, that is not me.
Okay, my bad.
I saw The Sixth Sense maybe 3 years after it came out, and I wasn't spoiled until literally the day before I saw it.
That happened to me when we went to go see a production of Rent, and somebody right next to me said something. I'm like, well, it's like the 20-year tour of Rent, and there's something I didn't know about it, and this person shouts it out like right before. I didn't care because I didn't really like the show, but it was just funny. I'm like, wow, I made it 20 years and you ruined it 5 minutes before curtain.
Mike Mack for LP went to see Wicked a couple of days ago, and
I've seen that at the same theater I saw Rent at.
He talked about how everyone knows the song "Popular," and he saw it and he enjoyed the show
I don't
very
even
much.
think that's the most popular song from that. Like, I think "Defying Gravity" is the most popular song from that.
"Popular" is the song from that people who not into musical theater know. It's the only one I know.
You don't know "Defying Gravity"? It ends the act.
I've heard of it, but I don't know the song. I couldn't pick it out of a lineup.
Okay.
So, but "Popular" was on my.
Guess you need to watch more Glee.
I guess I don't.
I said anyone.
No, I watched Glee for one reason, and that is to see Kyle in it. Other than that, I have no interest in watching Glee. But he was not impressed with any of the other. Well, he said none of the other songs stuck in his mind. Just
goes on a while. Like, it's a fine story, but then there's just like a lot of nothing in it, including "Popular." Like, I don't think that's the whole stuff at the school doesn't interest me.
I was looking down. Hamilton, you're okay with, right?
Haven't seen it. Haven't watched it on Disney Plus. It's actually playing in Springfield right now. Thought about going and seeing the touring production before I saw the one on Disney Plus, so I don't compare the people on the stage to Lin-Manuel and gang.
Hey, so much I have to say right now. First of all, I saw a touring production, and much of the cast of the Broadway is awesome. But in my humble opinion, as far as acting goes, as far as playing the part goes, Lin-Manuel is a weak spot of the original Broadway cast. Obviously, he wrote the thing, and it's a pure genius, but I have much more enjoyed the Alexander Hamilton and the touring production I saw of Lin-Manuel. 2, dude, one way or another, watch Hamilton. Dude, come on. It's cultural. It's me that you talk to every morning here, where Hamilton is like.
So it's not one of those things where you refuse to watch things because they're too popular and too recommended to you?
I did for a long time, and then I finally heard the soundtrack for some reason and realized this was the exception that proves my.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, you do that all the time, so.
But it's not okay for you to do it with Hamilton. You can do it with other things, but not with Hamilton. Everyone should love Hamilton as much as I do. It is. It's not just that it's great; it's genius. Genius.
Okay.
Anyway, it's not often we are in the presence of genius. Do you like The Prestige?
Haven't seen The Prestige. I've seen the other one, the
Illusionist.
Yeah, I saw The Illusionist.
Far inferior one. Chris Nolan. Are you not a Christopher Nolan fan?
I've seen Inception. I've seen the Batman movies. Actually, I never saw Batman Begins. I've only seen Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
The Prestige is such an incredible movie, which is another one where it helps not to be spoiled. There is a big spoiler there.
Okay.
Such an amazing movie. I love it. Michael Caine. You do better work than Jaws: The Revenge. Well, folks, I think that's it. I checked the Twitters. I did not see any news breaking.
We should give it another couple minutes. It's coming up on the top of the hour, so we might have something. So we'll vamp. And if nothing comes up, then we'll give up. But, worth sticking around. We've made it this far.
Disney Live Entertainment launched their own Instagram. I wanted to include one of those in Pocket Pics, but so far they're just pictures, no videos. So
yeah, they launched it a couple weeks ago, it looks like. I don't know why they are doing this to me, because that just gives me one more thing that I need to refresh every day, just in case they decide to announce something exclusive there or instead of over on the Disney Parks one, which would be perfectly acceptable.
Why I need that app I was talking about. If anyone out there has an app where you can just put in every YouTube channel, Instagram, channel, TikTok channel, Twitter channel, and it will just give you everything from just the ones you choose. I don't want no FYP. I just want the stuff I choose so I can easily keep track from all the different social media platforms every time they release something new. Let me know. Hit me
You
up.
drop an FYP on
FYP. Look at that. You proud of that?
Yeah.
I was proud of that. For you.
I don't know how that's not a banned phrase.
It will be.
You're a hypocrite. That's the moral of this show. Dewey is just a big hypocrite.
Big? See, had to go there. Had to go there. So if such an app exists, I would like to know about it because it would make my life so much easier. And I mostly have stuff forgetting things.
Is this true? I don't know if I feel like we talked about this the other day, but this is slightly different.
All right, let's check it out. It's from official Pixar.
This is a big this day in Disney history that you missed if it's true.
So I'll tell you why I missed this.
Okay.
I did see it. This is on this anniversary. We're having a ball. Our studio embarked on an epic journey filled with adventure, friendship, and storytelling. When exactly does Pixar start? Just a few days ago, I talked about how Pixar was acquired by Steve Jobs from Lucas and the official day. So I went with that. I saw this today. I did not want to do it yet again. So that's why I didn't include it. But apparently this is the day they consider. So I should have included it today.
Now we know for future reference.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything yet, but we can make stuff up for another minute. Sometimes Disney Parks blogs, they set their watch a little late, and it arrives.
Here's a good one. This is a good fun pocket pick from Professor Leisure. And it said, "You won't believe you're on an airplane. Check this out. American Airlines new coach lounge on an airplane. How cool is that?"
Can't believe I'm not really in space.
As the quote, I'm not even showing it to you.
You're not showing it to me yet.
Okay, there you go. I mean, this is the way, and this is the coach lounge on the airplane, not like the first class. And then, as the quote tweet from Professor Leisure says, the same space now holds 645 seats on a commercial.
That's not quite true, but very funny. Thank you, Mickey is my spirit animal.
Oh. We celebrated it.
Yeah, nice.
By the way, I'm going to say it now. I don't like to be coy. On Monday is my birthday. All happy birthdays will be welcome. I will be doing the show.
I sent you some breaking news.
I got it. Together.
It broke a few minutes earlier from her Twitter, but this is better. Yeah, new Claudia Gray. So I actually, at the last time we went to C2E2, which is the Chicago Entertainment and Comic, whatever. It's the thing in Chicago. We saw a panel with her, and it was very interesting. She couldn't tell us what she was working on, but she's previously worked on some Star Wars stuff, and now she's coming out with a Haunted Mansion book, Storm and Shade. So that just got announced.
Ooh.
So we'll definitely be having somebody review that. We have lots of book reviews on the site. And she's really interesting to listen to. Seems like a very nice person. So
did it tie in with the new movie?
Interviewed her a few times as well. So she's a thumbs up in our book.
Did it tie in with the movie?
I wondered about that. I haven't had a chance to read the article yet, as I just sent it to you. But I don't know if it actually ties into it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's released around this as a promotional tie-in, but not necessarily a real tie-in, if that makes sense.
It does. Anything else you see on the social verse?
Becca messaged me, Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. I'm sure I could have gotten there if I tried a little harder, but I just gave up.
It was way funner to watch you try to make your way through that. Thank you, Spirit Animal. Appreciate it very much. All right, coming up, we have nothing live coming up later today, but we do have at noon on LPTV. We are going to show that Homeward Bound 30th anniversary reunion at the El Capitan. Oh, we do have something live. What am I talking about? Who's the Boss Live will be today at 2 p.m. Mike Celestino. I have no doubt he's going to be talking about all the new 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi merchandise that's been dropping this week. So that should be a lot of fun. And
now I know how. I just found out how Jeremiah discovered the Disney Live Entertainment Twitter or Instagram. It's because it was in the story of the Disney Eats Instagram, which is the other new one that they just created a couple months ago. I have to refresh every day. So Thanks, Disney. Way to, just.
They announce stuff in stories. Stories are not permanent, and they're even harder to
dislike. Anyway.
FYP. Bye, everybody.